Welcome back to Equisetum Gaming with our next episode of our Red Dead Redemption playthrough. Last episode we visited Valentine for the first time, learned a little bit about what we can find in the town, picked up some goods at the general store, and also picked up some additional guns and ammo at the gunsmith. This time we are going to head out on a mission with Hosea. Pick up a few things around our campsite first. I can grab this other book. There we go. Sometimes the prompts for things sitting on the tables around Arthur's tent are a little difficult to get into the hitbox properly. But this is the camp at Horseshoe Overlook. Still getting set up a bit. We'll see about getting some camp upgrades in a bit. Have to open up a few other options before we can do that. The money box is over there, but we don't have the ledger yet for doing camp upgrades. But like I said,
Hosea,
this episode,
go hunting?
we're going hunting.
what are you hunting? An elephant?
I wish. No, I saw a huge bear. One of the biggest I ever saw. I reckon nearly 1,000 pounds.
My God. Look, you need me to come with you.
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a day or two.
I could do with a break from this place.
Oh, me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. So you still ain't replaced Boadicea?
Nah, I miss her. She was quite a horse. This one's okay, but ain't no Boadicea.
I've been meaning to offload this big shire horse for a while now. Unruly bastard.
Where'd you get him?
Some big, loudmouth bastard tried to rob me when I was out riding, so well, you know how it is.
I see.
Let's take him to Valentine. It's on the way, sorta. There's a decent dealer there. We'll unload him, you could buy yourself a new horse. Put your saddle on him, let's get going.
Okay, but I do kind of like this horse.
There's nothing wrong with two horses, and the stables always have the best ones.
I guess you're right.
Stables might have the best horses, but I prefer to tame my horses.
You won't throw me?
That'll be an upcoming episode.
Near him.
Nasty little look in his eyes.
Oh, don't be rude about this magnificent creature.
Yeah, okay, boy.
Okay, see if you can get your leg over that brute.
Add them to our compendium.
Easy, big feller.
All right, let's head into town. No bar fights, please. I heard about that.
I'll do my best.
We're heading out. Might be gone a couple of days. They got a good range of horse tack at the Valentine stables. Some beautiful saddles. I used to have a real nice one.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Got stolen outside that saloon in Deer Creek.
Ah, I remember now. Just about. That turned into a long day.
Yes. Remember? Mac went crazy, threatened to kill the whole town. And Davy was passed out so cold we left him there, came back in the next day, and he woke up, started right back drinking again.
Hosea has some fun stories.
I miss those boys.
Jenny, too. She had some spot, that girl.
It must be pretty hard on Lenny. You could tell he was sweet on her.
Well, Lenny and Jenny could never have worked. That's like Arthur and Martha, or Bill and Phil.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Does feel a bit like our luck died with them, too.
Nonsense. We'll be all right. Just need some money to get back on our feet.
I hope so. You find a way to offload those Cornwall bonds yet?
Not yet. They're still very hot. Need to be done right. Have a couple of leads I'm looking into.
There, boy.
Don't let that big bastard get the better of you there, Arthur.
He's all right.
Stables are just up ahead.
Morning. You got issues with me?
All right.
No,
They sell
don't
that
have issues
big
with you.
brute. Buy yourself a horse.
Okay.
I'm going off to the general store. Get a few things to lure that bear out with. Meet you
Okay,
back here in a bit.
welcome to the Valentine stables.
Hey, how can I help you?
I'm in the market for a new horse. Something strong and fast.
Yeah, well, you're in the right place. I got some beauties in at the moment. Yeah. And what about this one here? Yeah, you looking to sell?
I show you.
You got papers?
No. No papers.
Well, of course, that's gonna affect what I can pay. But your luck's in. I got a fella who's been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while. He'll pay a good price. Otherwise, I can always stable him here for you. Here, take a look.
A lot of people sell this horse, especially $65. You're not going to get that price for him again. But I'm actually going to stable him because I like to use him for trips up to the snow. So our options, we have this little Morgan here for $15. We only have 25 on us right now, so we can't afford the standard bred or the warm blood. Both of them are nice horses. But the edition of the game that I'm playing, the Ultimate Edition, we do get this thoroughbred for free. So I'm going to pick her up, name her Crescent on account of the marking on her forehead. Pick up some hay. Let's see. Pick up one horse reviver. And a couple of horse medicines. Alright, 3 horse medicines. It's rare I ever need those, however, so
All right, partner.
we'll restock
Got
or
yourself a deal.
max
And
out on
find a
our
new
stock
horse.
I hope so.
when we
I
get some
don't
more money.
sell anything other than good animals. You have my word on that. Let's see.
Now, the only problem with this thoroughbred is that I am not going to be able to sell her
And on
until I max out my stall space in the
brush.
stables.
Some treats.
Appreciate it.
So we're
right,
kind
you.
of stuck with her for a while.
Treat this fella well. I know he's gonna look after you just fine.
She is a half-decent horse, but there are other horses that I prefer in the game. We'll talk more about that later, when we actually go to find a main mount. But that'll be another
let's get going.
episode.
We got quite a ride ahead of us.
Lead the way.
For now,
What's this?
we're
lake
going on
headed
a
for?
bear hunt.
It's called O'Creagh's Run, up in the mountains east of Cumberland Falls. I just hope I can remember how to get there.
Back into the mountains. I sure didn't figure on that.
But this time, we're doing the chasing. So how are things with you and John?
Fine.
Ain't it about time you let it go now?
It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year.
I've spoken to him many times. He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him.
I'm sure he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's code. He knows that. He ain't Trelawney. Dutch and you pretty much raised him.
I know, but it's done. Has been for a while now.
Personal theory is that Arthur is actually more angry about John ditching his sons than he is about John ditching the gang for a year. I think he's a little jealous of what
I think we
John
need to head
has.
right up here.
But we learn more about what Arthur has lost later in the game. So
Yes, I remember this place.
we won't get into
Moonstone Pond.
that theory too
We're
deep
going the right
right
way.
now.
That's the lake there. Good. We made it. Let's loop around the other side.
Where do you think Micah and Lenny got to? Susan sent them out scouting, but I figure they'd be back by now.
I have no idea. I hope they weren't picked up.
Why she sent Micah, I don't know.
He's effective in his own way. Lenny's got a good head on his shoulders.
Well, shouldn't have taken them this long.
No, but no point thinking the worst. Look there. Rabbits. Maybe we should catch one to cook.
Sure. Try and shoot one.
You don't want to use anything too powerful on a small animal like that. Just ruin the meat. Best thing's a bow or a 22 caliber varmint rifle.
I have hunted rabbits before, you know.
Yes, and obliterated them with a shotgun if I remember right.
The varmint rifle is one of the guns that we picked up in the previous episode. So we will go find ourselves a rabbit. Unfortunately, I haven't upgraded this gun at all with rifling or a scope or anything. Basically can't afford it at the moment, but we will be doing that eventually. Alright. Sorry about that. Every once in a while when I pick up my mouse to adjust it on my desk, it causes the weapons wheel to pop up, and I end up with the thing basically resetting whatever I'm holding in my hands. Alright. First rabbit shot. Take this back up to Hosea and get it cooked up.
Good job. All right. It's getting late. Reckon we should camp here.
Sure.
Set up
You get
camp.
us set up.
I'm famished.
Cook that rabbit then. They're delicious on an open fire like this.
Fine by me.
So, since we are cooking up our rabbit, question for this episode for you to answer in the comments. Have you ever cooked over a campfire?
Fine. I
And
don't
if
like
so,
eating this
what
late.
did you cook?
Okay.
What's your favorite
They're all there.
food or meal to cook over a campfire? We'll cook up all of this rabbit and stow it for later. Me, I used to do a lot of camping, a lot of cooking over campfires. Did everything from the usual hot dogs and marshmallows to fajitas, spaghetti. Had big cooking pots for those sorts of things. Even did a bit of a seafood boil when I was camping down in Florida during my college years. We would get fresh shrimp and crab legs and boil those over the fire. Had a lot of fun on those camping trips. Unfortunately, most of my friends aren't really interested in camping anymore. They either have little kids who aren't ready for roughing it out in nature, or
All right.
they just
Well,
don't like the idea of sleeping on the ground much anymore.
we better get some rest. I want
So
to be up at first light to find this monster.
we will put Arthur to
Better
bed,
be worth all this drama.
continue on with our hunt in the morning.
Morning, Arthur.
Ugh.
You ready?
Oh, give me a minute.
Coffee?
Sure.
There you go.
Gotta start the day off right. Gotta have that coffee.
So, what's your plan?
Well, we'll see if we can track him, but we might need to lay bait to draw him out. Bears like fish, obviously, but they also have a sweet tooth. A lot of fellas bait then shoot from the trees, but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting a good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up? Fish, berries. Tie it up in that rag when you're done.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
I grew up in the mountains, Arthur. I was virtually weaned on bear meat.
Okay, I think I got this done.
Good. Pack up and we'll get going.
Actually, make up another
Pack up, Arthur.
bit of bait,
Let's
because
get
I did
after 'em.
pick up a few raspberries in the previous episode, or after the previous episode. Tear down camp.
Okay, let's go. We'll try our luck down by the
Gotta load out my weapons.
water.
There
That's
we
where
go.
I saw him last.
Okay,
How's that horse treating you?
so far so good.
You know, I was in this area with Bessie years ago.
Really? I didn't know that. I imagine you still miss her.
Every day.
Did you two ever think about getting out of the life?
We did briefly. You don't remember? Guess you were still young. Didn't last long. I drifted back into it. She understood. She knew what I was.
I remember you not being around for a while, but well, things were looser back then.
Truth is, there's never really any getting out. And staying in, it's hard. You know that. But Bessie and I made it work. Why? You thinking about getting out?
Me? No, of course not.
Listen, if Dutch's grand plans work, and we can make enough money to go someplace new, really new, maybe we can all have a new start. Anyway, for now, let's try and chase ourselves a bear, shall we? Let's look by the water here, see if he's been fishing again recently.
And Arthur's loyal. He'd stay in the life
Easy.
if things didn't go south.
Look for tracks, dung, bones, any sign of him.
Activate Eagle Eye.
Well, there's some paw marks here, Hosea. They sure look big enough.
Good. Let's hope it's him. Can you tell which way he went?
This way.
We'll run this a little bit. Then he turns this way.
Tracks. Go into those trees.
Activate Eagle Eye again when the bar goes red. I'll light the next clue.
Wait a minute. Something on the ground here.
Half-eaten fish here. Must have been left by our friend, I reckon.
Come on, see if there's anything else.
Next clue.
else on the ground, just here. There's shit here. Watch your step.
Looks real fresh. Reckon he's got to be close.
Let's keep
Looks
going.
like our bear has diarrhea.
Damn it. Looks like the trail ends here. We lost him?
For now. A little optimism, Arthur.
Well, what do you think?
I think we split up and each look.
Either that or we could place bait here.
That could work. Which you think?
Well, since I have extra bait, we will use some bait.
Bait here.
Fine by me. Let's leave the bag over there. By those boulders up ahead, looks like a good spot for it.
So it's telling me to go to my satchel, but I'm actually going to use the weapons wheel, because that's easier. There we go.
£1,000, you say?
More or less. Big scar down his face. Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your gun there?
I'm good. You okay? You seem nervous.
So do you. I'm fine. Let's just bait.
Sure.
Come on.
We only just said it, Hosea.
I know, but we need to do this right. Give me a hand here. Got your knife?
Hosea holds his hand over it like he's expecting it to be warm.
Easy. No, it's too close.
Can't shoot the bear. Stab it a few times. Shoot it a few times. Can't actually kill it in that instance. Poor Arthur's all bloody now.
Gone?
Of course, as soon as you hit the
Fine, old man.
cutscene,
Of course I'm fine. It's nothing.
all the
Nothing at
blood's
all.
gone.
Thank you. I think. That was fun.
Almost getting
You know
mauled
what?
by a
I've been
bear
working
is
on a
Arthur's
little
definition of
and
fun.
Not to be after the biggest game.
Does it
You
make
can
us
have
question
this.
his sanity?
It's a man. A man in a bar gave it to me. Well, I stole it from him, but that's another story. He said it told him where to find some real big animals.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You saved my life, Arthur. I think I'm going back to camp to lick my wounds. You coming, or you gonna track that monster? Well,
I am going to stay.
I'm gonna stick around here for a while.
We're gonna finish this hunt.
I'll see you back at camp. Yeah!
Okay. Some wild carrot around here. We might as well pick that while we have it. Something else we can feed to our horse when she's hungry. Alright. So I'm actually going to finish this hunt with carbine repeater, just to prove that you don't need to have the ultimate edition of the game in order to complete this hunt.
Okay then.
If you remember, this is the
Still a ways.
rifle that we got from Dutch right before we raided the Driscoll camp up in the mountains when they were planning their train heist.
Must be
Some more
near.
bear dung. We scared the crap out of it, guys. Alright. And our bear should be just up ahead in the trees. There he is. While I'm thinking about it, we will restock our cores. And it's simple as that. Bear is down. Don't forget to call your horse. And we have our first legendary animal. Get him skinned out. He fell in a good spot this time around. If an animal falls against a tree or a rock or is in just a strange position, you end up not getting the full skinning animation. But this time around, we got it. Now we'll throw this on our horse,
Come on, girl.
mount up, have some blood on our gun, or on our gloves, not our guns. So we will switch out our outfit again. Same outfit, but just switching it clears up the blood. And now we'll take this pelt over to the trapper's stand. Closest site is the one over on Roanoke Ridge. I prefer going to the one over in West Elizabeth near Strawberry. But for right now, we'll head to the stand that's closer. Get back to the road. While I'm thinking about it, pull out our varmint rifles, see if we can maybe shoot a couple of rabbits along the way. Have anything... Yeah, we'll drink a little fine brandy to restore our Deadeye core. Also use some chewing tobacco to refill the outer circle. Okay. And we are off to see the trapper. Some horses. Might come up here to look for a new riding mount for the game. Might go somewhere else. Just depends on what I decide I want to look for. I think that was a squirrel instead of a rabbit. We are after rabbits. Couple of deer. Yeah, I missed. Shot it in the ear. Just threw in the pelt. Is it the magical disappearing rabbit? Yeah, it's too far. Never mind.
Yeah, you're all right, girl.
Our horse is a little anxious from the gunfire.
Hey, you're okay, girl.
That usually disappears with higher bonding levels. That was a stupid shot. No point in that. Where did it go? It's all the way down the hill. Alright. Easier to hunt rabbits at a trot than a canter. What other riders coming along?
Good morning.
Well, this place ain't the biggest shithole I've seen.
It's always annoying because they can't decide whether they want to pass on the left or the right. Half of them pass on one side, the other half pass on the other. And if you don't pick the right side, they yell at you for no good reason. Another squirrel. There's a rabbit. Should be 2 rabbits. There we go. Not a perfect skin, but we can take that back to Pearson to add to the camp funds. Of course, he can't craft with it if it is an imperfect skin. This is a perfect skin, though.
Let's go, girl.
Got some more game meat that we can cook up over the campfire back at camp. Get the blood off of our gloves. Yep, more squirrels. We have to hunt those with small game arrows if we want perfect pelts. But you're just looking to use them for cooking. And the varmint rifle's fine. Alright, let's sell our legendary bear pelt.
All right, let's have a look.
Well, first off, we'll sell the rabbit. And now, notice that the value of the bear pelt, the legendary bear pelt, is $60. So I'm actually
Boy, the
just
things I can
$5
make
short
with this.
of what I would have gotten had I sold the Shire
Quite
horse.
like wearing your best day's work.
So in here, we can see legendary bear outfit. We're not going to buy the hat yet. We'll wait until we have some spare spending cash. There's plenty of other things like gun upgrades that we need to worry about first before we start spending on clothes like this. Eventually, I do want to get these gloves. They're one of my favorite sets of gloves in the game.
Pelts make one-of-a-kind garments. Worth the legwork, I assure you.
And there's other clothing, of course. And reinforced equipment for when you complete the challenges. And then we'll also be getting one of these saddles when we have the ingredients for it. Panther Trail saddle's one of the best ones you can get in the game.
'Cause every pelt is a
But
little different.
that one
You'll
I
find
don't
them
go
nowhere
after
else.
until we get a little further into the storyline. Simply because of location, location, location.
Yep.
We'll pick up some more gun oil while we're here. And now, we'll head on back to camp. Maybe do some additional hunting along the way. Take some more supplies, meat and pelts. We have a snake.
Easy, easy.
You have to hunt snakes with small game arrows as well in order to get perfect pelts. Or perfect hides. But that we will come back to later. set a waypoint. I think I should have gone back up the hill. At least that would have been the more efficient direction to take. Yeah, it's telling me go back up the hill. Alright. We'll do that. One of those guys was playing harmonica. It's always fun. All the additional music that you might not listen to in this game if you're not paying attention or spending time around camp. Wild horses. Another Morgan. Not big fan of the Morgans in this game. They're a little on the small side, although there are other horses that I will ride that are on the small side. But they're one of the most basic horses that you come across in the game. They're everywhere. A lot of the NPCs ride Morgans. Could hunt a deer. Get some venison to take back to camp. Put the gun away. Yeah, put the gun away. Fresh down our horse.
Yeah, there, girl.
Okay.
It's all right, girl.
She's all cleaned up now. Give her a few pats. And her cores are a little low, so we'll feed her too.
All right, girl.
Now she's ready for travel. And that's a pretty white tail. There we go. See if we can get across the tracks without getting noticed. Now I have the one I don't want in the road. There's a fox over there. And there we go. Have a whitetail we can take back to camp. There's the arrow. There's the arrow. Little Skinner. Don't have to take the whole carcass, because you can donate the skin and the meat.
Let's go, girl.
And swap out so that our gloves are nice and clean. Because people do comment on blood if they see you have blood on you. Nice little fox. Switch back over to the varmint rifle. Coming up to Emerald Ranch. Of course, we don't have the fence unlocked yet. That'll be either next episode or the one after that, depending on what order I decide to do things in.
Yeah. All right, girl.
Hello? Please, I'm trapped. My leg's all numb. Please hurry. Oh, yes. Yes. Just lift as hard as you can.
There we go.
Oh,
Help
thank
this
you.
lady out,
Thank you.
since we're playing High Honor
Oh,
Arthur.
that was bad.
Okay. Sure.
I could have been stuck here and starved or eaten. Oh, you poor, dumb animal. Oh. What'll I tell Mildred? Well, thank you.
You need a ride home, ma'am?
Oh, yes, mister, please. Thank you. Do you know Valentine? I live there.
No problem.
We'll need to
Wrong
go
side
on a
of the horse.
My leg can't handle the walk.
Okay, we'll take this lady home. Nice buck standing there.
I don't normally travel this far alone, you know. I was off inquiring about a possible new line of work. I'd borrowed a friend's horse for the trip. See, my husband... Well, it's just me and my boy now, and it's hard to find work.
I'm sure it is.
A good opportunity. That's what I'm looking for. Not much work for a woman with a boy to raise. I won't work in no saloon, but I've got sharp eyes and quick hands. I was hoping to get a job working as a seamstress. A wealthy man said he'd pay me for the work.
Sounds promising. Also doesn't sound real.
Oh, you may be right, I suppose. He said he'd provide room and board for me and for my child. He wanted to meet me first.
I'd be careful with offers like that, ma'am.
I can't afford to dismiss offers like these, even if they do seem... odd.
Well, just be careful is all I'm saying.
I may not have another opportunity like this. And now I'll have to pay Mildred back for her horse.
It sure sounds like you're in a hard position.
You finding me is the only good thing that's happened to me in a long while, sir.
Yeah.
Speed up a little, now that the dialogue's over. Riding side saddle behind the saddle has got to be one of the most uncomfortable things in the world. Imagine it would be difficult to not slide off.
We're close now. Just a
Side
little
saddles
further.
in and of themselves are not that comfortable. But,
Hello there, mister.
all these NPCs make it look so easy. Slow down to a trot.
Hello?
Hey, move!
Supposed to be some feller getting a stiff rope and a short drop in Valentine.
The hell hell you think you're doing here?
Hey, give me some space here, friend. Just what is your deal?
Well,
We're
quit
here.
standing in the middle of the
Thank you
road,
for all your
dude.
help. You're a good man.
Glad I was able to help. You take care. Appreciate it. You be well. Ma'am, will you be all right from here?
I'll find my way. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Wait for the Mud City traffic jam to clear up a little. Now we'll head back to camp. Give our donations to Pearson.
Move already.
And call it an episode.
Give more.
As we are already running a bit longer than I would like.
We're here for each other.
To get out of town. Pull out the varmint rifle again. In case we encounter anything worth shooting on the way back to camp. A lot of little side things that I'm passing by right now. We'll check them out later.
Hold up.
Missed. Might have rolled it, but missed. Oh well. That's enough to camp. We'll put the guns away. Lost nest in that tree. Always tempted to shoot it. Maybe I will sometime. Bow and arrow though, so it's not gonna make a ruckus.
I'm coming
Bill?
in.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Keeping out of trouble there?
Of course I am.
Good. I'm done with trouble for a while.
Sure, Morgan.
Okay, got a horse over to the hitching post.
Good job, girl.
And I always brush down my horse when I get back to camp or when I pause, just so that he or she is ready to go for the next mission.
You're all right, girl.
There we go. Now, let's go make our donation to Pearson.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Matthews gave me a message for you. He said when it was convenient to head into Emerald Ranch. He's looking at a few business things there.
Okay.
Oh, he'll find something too. He always does. Will you be well now, Mr. Morgan?
I'm always well, Miss Grimshaw.
Okay, and that is the prompt that we wanted.
We gotta get some food soon.
As meeting Hosea over at Emerald Ranch will unlock the hunts for us. But again, that'll be for
apologize in advance for this
another
stew.
episode.
It needs better meat.
So, rabbit pelt. We'll donate the big game
this will help a
because I usually save that for harder missions, which we won't run into for a little while. So plenty of time to kill some big game animals and get that cooked up later.
Cook this now, Pearson.
Donate the venison as well, and the deer pelt. And we'll keep everything else for my own crafting purposes and cooking purposes. And now, head back over.
Hey, Arthur, what you want?
Alright. So if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to my channel. And
How are you?
I'll see you again in the next video. Have a good day.